Good morning. It's the 21st of July today. My name is Patrick Leach and I'm here in the fantastic Shropshire town of Ludlow. The market town of Ludlow has a population of approximately 11,000 and is the largest town in South Shropshire. The town is important in the history of the Welsh Marches and neighbouring Wales. The oldest part is the medieval wall town, founded in the late 11th century after the Norman conquest of England, which surrounds the site of Ludlow Castle. Ludlow has regular outdoor markets held on Castle Square, an area that was enlarged in 1986 with the demolition of the town hall. General markets are held on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays and Saturdays. Specialist markets, such as crafts, antiques and local produce, are held on some Thursdays and Sundays. I had stayed over in Ludlow the night before, where I had enjoyed a really nice meal in a local pub, the Queen's. I have to give a mention to the Queen's there because I went there for a meal last night and it was absolutely excellent. Fairly cheap as well. The starter was a fiver, main course a tenner, and it was really nice inside. Very friendly bar staff. I would come to Ludlow just to go there again. It was brilliant. Ludlow has nearly 500 listed buildings, including some fine examples of medieval and Tudor-style half-timbered buildings. The town was described by Sir John Betjeman as probably the loveliest town in England. From the town centre, the streets slope downwards to the River Teme and northward towards the River Corve. The town is in a sheltered spot beneath Mortimer Forest and the Clee Hills, which are clearly visible from the town. Ludlow really is a wonderful place. I wish I had more time here today. I'll come back sometime, definitely. Spend a long weekend here. With a group of friends would be nice, actually. Just pity I've got to move on today. I love the rolling hills of the Shropshire countryside, very pleasant. Well, just to finish off what I've been talking about over the last couple of walks, when I'd just turned 29, I'd sent my dad a really long letter, and it showed all the anger that was inside me of how upset I'd been about the fact that he'd never kept in touch with me over the years. Now, needless to say, I never got a response from him, so that told me something. But maybe it didn't. The fact that I didn't get a response, I don't know how he felt about what I'd sent him. Anyway, sadly, the next time I saw my dad was at the first of the family funerals. Nan passed away about a year later. That's his mother. And he was okay when I saw him there. It was a bit awkward because obviously that was the first time I'd seen him since I'd sent the letter. But, you know, I didn't see a lot of him there because there were lots of other people as well. But when I did see him, you know, he was okay. And I still carried on as though I was pleased to see him, because that's just the way I'll always be when I see him. And then a year after that, Grandad Leach died, and Dad was at the funeral, and he didn't speak to me at all then. He didn't speak to me at all. My two younger brothers were there as well, and I felt a bit awkward because I didn't know what Dad might have told them about me. So I didn't make any attempt to speak to them, and vice versa. So no one's fault, but you know, maybe we all felt a bit awkward. But I was really upset that Dad didn't even come and say anything to me at Grandad's funeral. And my Auntie Rose and her husband were there. Auntie Rose is one of Dad's sisters. And I think after the funeral was over, there must have been like eats and drinks at Dad's house. And I wasn't invited. Nothing was mentioned to me about it, because Auntie Rose said to me after the funeral had finished, she said, "Oh, I don't know what to do with you," she said, looking quite awkward. And you know what, I just broke down in front of her. I just broke down and I said, "My dad hasn't even spoken to me." And you know what, I was really pleased that Auntie Rose and my Uncle Stuart saw me break down, because I wanted my family to see how my dad made me feel. So, but coming away from that funeral was awful. I just felt really upset. So, I don't know whether Dad was just ignoring me because of that letter or what, I don't know, but that's how it seemed to go from then.
Continuing through Shropshire, I came to Wilderhope Manor, a 16th century manor house in the care of the National Trust, located on Wenlock Edge, 7 miles southwest of much Wenlock. The manor is a Grade 1 listed building, and since the mid-20th century has been used as a youth hostel.
Now, if memory serves me, I'm sure that I tried to spend the night here at Wilderhope Manor, but it was fully booked. Now, that would have been back in 1987 when I first came to Shropshire, when I was cycling through the countryside. Now, bearing in mind that in those days I always used to plan all my trips many months before I actually went on the trips, it must have been a really popular place to have been booked up so early on. Well, sadly there were more and more family funerals as the years went by, and I always saw Dad there. I always said hello to him though. I was always pleasant with him, and he was okay with me, if a little distant. But when I did speak to him, I did find that it tended to be me that had to make the first move. He wouldn't approach me first. It was always the other way around. But I don't know what that was. And I saw him actually most recently, as I said, on one of my walks recently. He was at my brother's wedding evening, and again I said hello to him, and he was okay with me, but he was still distant, and we didn't really speak much the rest of the evening he was there. And it's always hard, because I find it really hard when I see him being friendly with other members of the family, but he's not like that with me. I have to see that in front of me. And you see, at one time I probably wouldn't have gone to any of these family dues if I'd known my father was going to be there, because I knew that I would get hurt. But life's too short now. I just feel that as I'm getting older, life is far too short. And I'm really delighted to say that certainly one of my two brothers, we're actually getting to know each other now. We're actually making up for lost time, and whatever my dad may have said about me, not that he'll know anything about me because he never kept in touch with me. My brother's making his own mind up about me, and whatever's happened between me and Dad doesn't seem to matter to him. We've never spoken about it, but part of me, I'd like to be able to talk about it, but it's great that we have a good relationship, me and my brother. My other brother, I'm still in touch with, but to a lesser degree, but you know, he's always fine with me when I see him. But I really wish I could understand why my dad is still distant with me. I really just don't know. last year or two, I saw that my dad had actually joined Facebook. So I sent him a friend request. I think I sent it 3 times. The first 2 times was on a previous Facebook account that I had, which I actually closed in January this year. But then a few months ago, I actually reopened another Facebook account, and sent him a 3rd friend request. But all 3 requests were ignored. And I think the first time I sent him a friend request, I messaged him and I said, "Hello, how are you doing?" Not a sausage in reply, nothing. But I could see that he'd read the message, because it does indicate when someone's opened the message. But why is he ignoring me? And what's worse is that I can see that he's become friends with other people on Facebook since I sent him friend requests. So it's not as though he hasn't seen his Facebook account. So why is he ignoring me? Why am I being treated like the criminal? That's how it feels.
My final destination of my day in Shropshire reunited me with the River Severn as I arrived in Ironbridge, a settlement at the heart of the Ironbridge Gorge. Ironbridge developed beside and takes its name from the famous Iron Bridge, a 100-foot cast iron bridge that was built across the river in 1779. The grandson of the first Abraham Darby built the famous bridge, originally designed by Thomas Farnells Pritchard. Construction began in 1779 and the bridge opened on New Year's Day 1781. The Ironbridge proprietors also built the Tontine Hotel to accommodate visitors to the new bridge and the industrial sites of the Severn Gorge. The bridge, being the first of its kind fabricated from cast iron, and one of the few which have survived to the present day, remains an important symbol representative of the dawn of the industrial age. Most industries in Ironbridge are now tourist related. Amongst other things, the village is still host to a post office, pharmacy, various pubs, cafes and many successful small shops. The area around Ironbridge is described by those promoting it as a tourist destination as the birthplace of the Industrial Revolution. However, the Industrial Revolution did not begin in one place, but in many.
Well, I'm 48 now, and for 45 of those years my dad's not been in my life. And the last 20 years or so he's been more distant with me. Now, is it because of the letter, or would he have been distant anyway? Did the letter really make any difference? Well, I don't know, but you know what? I didn't ask him to stop coming to see me when I was growing up. I didn't ask him to stop sending me Christmas and birthday presents. So why am I being treated like this? So I think it's not unreasonable to have these rants now and again, because it upsets me. It still upsets me. And members of the family and friends, they say to me, don't worry about it, just ignore him, he's an idiot, you know, move on from it. And you know what, it's not helpful when people say that, I'm sorry, it really isn't, because it's not them that has to live with it. Unless anybody has been in similar situations, nobody can possibly understand how it's been like for me. They really can't. It's been hard, it's been very hard, and I can't convey what it's been like to people. My dad he'll be 73 in a few months' time. And you know what, I hope he's got a long way to go. But I'd like to think that we'll make up before he goes, because I don't know how I'll feel once he's gone and we haven't made up. I know it's been a bit of a downer talking about my dad. But as I said before on walks, whenever I come on these tours or walks or whatever, talking about things that are close to my heart like that, it helps get things off my chest. It really does help. And you know what the good thing about this is? I'm getting to know my two younger brothers now, after all these years. A bit late in the day, but we're making up for lost time, and particularly one of my brothers, whose wedding do I went to recently. I'm getting to know him a lot better. I'm getting to know his new wife. I'm getting to know his son and daughter. I mean, they only met me a couple of years ago. They may not even have known about me until then. But I adore them both. I have a niece and nephew. They're always excited when they see me, and it's wonderful. And despite what's happened between me and my dad, that can never be taken away from me. I also have a fantastic mum, and I don't probably show enough appreciation to her, but she's been brilliant. She's more than made up for all the times that my dad has upset me and never been there for me. She's been there, and she has more than made up for it. She's been brilliant. I've got the best mother in the world. I would say that because I'm biased, but I really have. No mother in the world is better than mine. And today, it's been brilliant coming to Shropshire, somewhere I'm not that familiar with. It's nice to come somewhere different, and it really has been a truly lovely day, and it's been lovely being here in Ironbridge. I must come here again more often.